Hi everyone. These are my settings for the K336 hydraulic excavator by Kabolite and they are not the stock factory settings, and the major change is I have the pump programmed on a dedicated switch, just like the more expensive models. When you switch on the pump, it operates at a low idling speed, and this maintains the pressure in the lines stable and regulated. I wouldn't say regulated, but stable. And this makes the movement much more smoother, realistic, yet a little bit slower. And it does not behave abruptly or respond abruptly like the stock factory settings. I really prefer it that way. It looks much more realistic, and the response is linear, which is really good, and the response is predictable. Okay, we go to the settings, long press here, pardon me. Okay, just the focus, just a second. Okay, so we start. Let's start by the mixes, which is more important, or yes, the mixes. This is my mix number 1. It's between channel 1 and channel 5. Channel 5 is the pump. As you can see, the offset is set to 6%, and it varies from one to another. So you may have maybe 5% is enough, and this is the reason behind the low idling speed. Try 5% if the pump find it difficult, or is having a difficult time to start up. Then try 6% or 7% offset in each mix. And here you can see the positive and negative ends of the mix. It's only 20%. It works well for me, so you may need to increase them a little bit if you need a more powerful response. Let's check mix number 2. Okay, here mix number 2. By the way, the mix number 1 is related to the bucket, because the bucket uses the channel 1. Here mix number 2 uses channel 2, which is the boom or the main arm. Exactly like the mix number 1 is offset 6%, and the both ends of the mix is 20% and negative 20%. Mix number 3. Mix number 3 is okay, here channel 3, which is the rocker arm or the smaller arm. The master is channel 3 and the slave is channel 5. The pump also offset 6%, and same thing, positive 20% and negative 20% for the mix ends. Okay, let's go to the endpoints. The endpoints, you can copy them as is, but it's also matter of personal preference. Maybe you need to lower them than this or increase them more than this, but in order for channel 5 for the pump to be only working when you switch on the pump switch, which I choose to be switch C here, you need to set one of these two ends of channel 5. We see a channel 5 here. In my case, I set the negative end to 0%. This means the This means the pump will not operate until I switch on the pump switch. Okay, in the top position it will not work, the pump. In the middle position it will work at an idling speed. Okay, as I said, it depends on your model. Sometimes you need to set the positive end to 0. Okay, I don't know why, but this was my case. And I have another model which is I had to set the I set the positive end to 0, and this one was 100%. Okay, channel 9 is the one responsible for the volume settings, so I put it on switch D here. Okay, and this is the it's very loud. The sound module is very loud, really. So high volume, it's already, as you can see here, it's only 50%. When I switch to low volume, it's sorry, pardon me, it's 30%. Okay, so let's go to the auxiliary channels to see the switches. Aux channels, as you can see here, channel 5 is programmed to switch C. Channel 5 is the pump. Okay, like this, the pump is off. Okay. Top position, pump is off. Middle position, pump is working at an idling speed. I would not push this switch down, otherwise the pump will work at maximal speed, which is not recommended, and you don't need to do so. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to, okay, just ignore channel 6 and channel 7, which are the tracks. Okay, channel 8 is switch A. I think these are this is the lights on and off. Channel 9 is switch D, like I said. Okay, this switch D for the volume settings. It's not a rotary knob, so I have 2 settings for the volume. Okay, just choose the switch. Okay, channel 10 is switch B. Actually, the mix, now we're finished mix auxiliary channels. You may want to use the Expo here to, as you can see here, the curve, this is let's say the response curve when you move the sticks. Okay, you don't want to throw the sticks all the way around to get the response you need. So when you have negative expo, it makes the curve, and it gives this curve an exponential shape, which makes the response is really quick. It makes the response really quick. Just when you move the stick a little bit, you get the response you need. Okay, so this is channel 1, which is a bucket. Just the Expo, negative 30. It also depends on how you prefer it. Channel 2 is negative 40, which is the boom. Okay, I just noticed that the boom is really high here. Maybe we change it to negative 30 is enough. Okay, it will take you longer to get the response. Okay, this means I need a more realistic and slower response for the turret. As you can see, as I said, you may make this number to negative and make it really quicker in response. Okay, In order for this to work, also you need to make sure I wouldn't, okay, this the subtrims in my case, they are all set to 0, okay, and I haven't messed with them or changed them or anything. As long as when you let go of the sticks, you cannot move the any of the hydraulic parts by hand. This means your servos are centered well, so you don't need to mess with the subtrim. Reverse, I'm sorry. Well, depending on how you want these switches, which position is off and which position is on, you may reverse the channel corresponding to each of these switches, okay. And good luck.